listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 379. Come taste.
You'll see.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where I am traveling, not driving, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John, Lord of the Tokens, Matola.
Lord of the Tokens? What does that mean? Is
me.
it AI?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it supposed to mean? What prompt generated that nonsense?
That was part of those. Remember, I don't know, at this point, it was a few weeks ago or whatever when I got those when I asked for an obviously AI generated nickname and I read off some of the dumb ones, I feel like that's one of the ones I didn't read off.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, none of them made any sense. They weren't specific to an episode or anything that was going on. So apparently I'm Lord of the Tokens today.
Sure.
So what do we got? Is there some you a sovereign citizen over there in the
Yes.
suburbs of Illinois?
I've become a sovereign citizen.
Chicago? The suburbs of Illinois.
My suburbs of Illinois. Yeah, I'm in Iowa now.
Yeah, sorry, the suburbs of Chicago. What happened?
Here's my my new license plate.
Yeah.
My buddy who has a 3D printer made this license plate for me, so it says private and it says not traveling driving on it. So I don't know if they have sovereign citizens or something like sovereign citizens overseas, but basically in the United States, it's this group of absolute whack jobs who think that they've got like this legal silver bullet to do whatever the heck they want. And they basically they get pulled over with something like this, or I've seen them at work. It'll have like a piece of cardboard and it'll be written with a Sharpie. It'll be like I don't need to have a license plate or something. And they think they've cracked the code, and that if a police officer pulls them over, they'll be like, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. And then the police officer will be like, oh man, I'm totally stumped. I gotta let this person go now. But that's never how it goes.
Well, I don't know. I'm just like, I want to know, like, I want to actually know if that's ever worked for anybody, because I've seen those.
I think they think the cop is going to be like, I wish they didn't know the secret, and they're going to storm back to their car and just drive off.
I've seen videos of that before, though, and it's just like, I don't get it. Like, these people are sitting, they argue and they ask for a supervisor, and they're just like, my favorite was I don't know if it's the same one or if it's different ones, but there's one they're like, oh no, I have the paperwork that proves it. I have the papers, and they always say that, but they never
sheaf of paper, and they're rifling through it. Oh, here it is, Section 3, according to the Constitution.
But they never bring up the fucking papers, though. That's the whole thing. It's just like they say they have documentation as to why they can do that. If I had that would be the first thing that I would show the cop that pulled me over. You know what I mean? But it's just like they don't, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's just like, well, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, they think they're gonna, they think, and sometimes they get in front of the judge too, and they do it. And the judges have even less patience than the cops, because I think the cops are like, okay, this will be kind of fun, and then they just arrest them, and they're like, oh, you can't be doing this, and at the end they're like, you can't be doing this to me, or I am not the legal entity of, I am not conducting commerce, or whatever nonsense they want to spew. And like, oh, okay. And there's a lot of videos of it on YouTube, and the police are often a lot more patient than they should be. And they give them about 95 chances to just like, I'm asking you one more time, blah, blah. And then when they finally break out the cuffs, they're like, oh, they freak out because they really think they've got them. They're like, I got this guy because he doesn't know what I know. And it's just, it's astonishing that people, people would do this.
I feel like I've asked him before, but I'm sure that Rich has.
Oh yeah,
in his career has come across these people, and I feel like he wouldn't give them like 90 chances. I feel like he give them like half a chance. and then that's it, and then break out the taser or something. But I should ask him next time I see him.
I always think about it like when I'm seeing them, but then like whenever I'm around Rich, I just never think to ask him. But yeah, he might have some. I'm sure he has some funny stories. Although it's something it was definitely around while he was still an officer, but it's really grown over the years. I don't know when it officially started, but I met somebody at work about, I don't know, between 10 and 15 years ago who was telling me about this. And then I started watching videos. If you watch one of these on YouTube, guess what? They're just going to recommend a million of them to you. And then my buddy with the printer just discovered Sovereign Citizen. So I started sending him some of my favorites. You got to watch this one. You got to watch this one. And then when he's like, he texted me the other day. He's like, hey man, I got the little blueprint to make a Sovereign Citizen license plate. Oh, look how official it is. This is private.
I bet.
So anyway, that's
Hey,
I'm sure there's this element of tomfoolery in every country, but I don't know if there's like, say, a UK equivalent of this kind of person. All right, so if you want to support our show, you can remember that the Deep Purple podcast is 100% listener supported and ad free. So if you receive some value from our show, please consider supporting us and give us some value for what we do. You can leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. You can buy some merch at our Etsy store. And of course, you can become a patron on PayPal or on Patreon. Speaking of our patrons, at the executive level, at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, Ovis Nakfi, author of Before We Forget. Buy it now. At the 20 is Plenty tier, Alan. At the 10-pound Good Doctor tier, Dr. Mike Catan. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard Mortensen, Mikkel Steen, Will Porter, PhDPP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Backford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans.
Fender Stratocaster signed by Richie Blackmore.
And Peter from Illinois. And at the 8-pound lesser-known patrons tier, Robert Smith. But don't forget, the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Mr. Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
John, cold sore, Matola.
Feelings on fire tonight.
And the Deep Purple Podcast Hall of Fame, we have
Rich, Youngly, Shaylor.
I know who Rich is. Rich is my favorite.
Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you so much to all of you for your support of the show. All right, so here we are in our somewhat breezy format. As we are recording this, our first summer episode is hit. The reviews are in. Someone found it very confusing.
Yeah.
But they will, they're like, I'm sticking with it. I was like, the rules or the setup for how this is going to work made their head spin. And then on Discord, what do we have? I know we had some feedback.
Did you get roasted?
No.
Oh.
They said they liked it. They just didn't really quite. They were like, "Bah, as you do the episodes, I'll figure it out."
Okay.
Then Evan Robeson said, "Summer Matola sounds like a pretty good cocktail." So Raf Calf came up with a recipe: 2 parts Campari, 3 parts Prosecco, and a leaf of mint. Sounds like it could be pretty good.
Actually, that's kind of what I have on weekends when I go to my parents.
What do you call that?
Well, that's a Campari spritz.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you could do
We
it
do the
with
Aperol
you
spritz a
could do it
lot.
with
We do
Aperol,
sparkling
yeah.
water, lime juice.
or you could do a Hugo or an elderflower with elderflower liqueur.
A Hugo?
Yeah, they call it a Hugo in Rome.
No, okay.
Because it's Prosecco, elderflower liqueur, soda water, and then mint and a lime.
Sounds pretty good. I'm also a big fan of why can I not think of the name of it anymore? It's a Negroni drink. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, Negroni. There we go. I was thinking Negroni was Campari, so I got confused. Yeah, I like
No.
Negronis.
That's gin, right?
Yeah, it's gin. I've been drinking a lot of martinis to kick off the summer.
All right.
So, big fan of the martini. Lots of olives. Delicious. Bought a giant bottle of Costco gin. It's not bad. Although I do like Hendrick's a little bit better, but it's about a quarter the price. So anyway,
Let's see, with like a big friggin' gallon of like Costco gin.
yeah, it's like the Costco stuff is usually good quality. It just looks so shitty. That logo is so bad. You slap that logo on something, it looks terrible.
Yeah, most people would want to run away from it.
Yeah, but not me. I run towards it.
Oh.
All right. So as a patron, you get access to our patrons only Discord channel, our rating spreadsheet, invites for our live stream episodes, links to submissions for all of our album ranking episodes, which, by the way, next one coming up is Come Taste the Band. And we don't have a ton of rankings. I think we only got 9 or 10 so far. Probably because I put the due date like in August. So people are like, all right, plenty of time, but get your rankings in there. We want to hear what you have to say. So yeah, we are here to also tell you about some upcoming show dates, potential show meetups. Mansfield, Massachusetts on August 13th. And Highland Park, Illinois on August 25th. Will you be in the Chicago area for that?
I will do my darndest.
John will do his darndest. I will not have
best.
to do much. I
You
know
just show up.
Peter from Illinois is going to be there. Ryan M's going to be there. Evan Robeson's going to be there. Coyote Bongwater may, because I know Coyote Bongwater and Evan Robeson were both at the Glenn Hughes and Dead Daisies show. So hopefully they'll be coming out.
Were you weren't at that, were you? The recent
I was
one?
not. It just I was traveling. I was in Houston for part of the week, like very, very briefly. Just enough time to land, do a bunch of work stuff, and leave, sleep.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Dallas next week for work. So, just keep going to the great state of Texas. So Splat, the new album by Deep Purple, coming out July 3rd. We'll be recording right away and get our reviews out. Oh, wait. No, we've already gotten our reviews out, so hopefully you liked it. Our review was great. I really liked Spittin' Gibberish. That was a good song. And Jessica's Bra, my favorite on the album. Favorite title on the album so far.
Well, we know that either way.
Yes. Okay. So I think with that, are we ready to spin the old thing? I guess we don't spin it. It's a computer. This is some albums have some episodes or podcasts have a wheel. This is a highly sophisticated computer. I've got it on there. I'm going to ask John for a number to input into the computer, and that is going to give us the song we're going to do this week. So, John, number between 1 and 10.
36. No,
I could do 36. Might take me a little while.
No, 1 through 10. I'm trying to think of a number we haven't done before. 5.
You remember all the numbers we've done?
No.
Okay. All right, 5. So here we go. I'm going to fire up the Purple Pewter 3000.
Hello, Commander. Computer reporting.
All right, and oh my goodness. The song for this week off the album Whoosh is Drop the Weapon.
Oh, okay.
that's another more recent song, even more recent than last week's or last time we did this when we got a song off of Infinite. Drop the Weapon. I like that song. So, any initial thoughts on Drop the Weapon?
Nope. I haven't listened to this album probably in 5 years, so
Really?
I don't remember it.
All right. Well, you're going to be in for a treat.
Ah.
Okay. Drop the Weapon. I'm going to fire this up, get this loaded up into the old cassette deck here. Splat is coming. They're releasing a cassette version of Splat. I got the box set, but I don't think it comes with the cassette, which is fine. I can't get excited about a cassette.
Jeez, these kids and these trends.
I can kind of get excited about the vinyl, but the cassette, I'm like, eh.
I don't know. Vinyl's like an experience, and you know, there's some
Cassette's a
audible
shitty experience.
quality about it. You know, a cassette, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the worst format ever. I mean, 8-track is a different form of cassette, I guess, and it's probably worse. But yeah, cassettes, no bueno. I think the only people that are nostalgic for cassettes or who are excited about them are people that didn't have to actually live through them.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the time they weren't like terrible. You know, I mean, it was, you know, they were very portable. Sometimes very what's the word? They were a hardy medium, but it depends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
shove them in your pocket. You know, you just like pop one in. You know, it wasn't like obviously an 8-track, which was the shittier version, or a record where you had to be very careful. But
I mean, good in the fact that, you know, you in the early days you couldn't do a CD in a car. Like they had those attachments, but they would skip like crazy. So, you know, yeah, like you said, they're durable. You could drop them down the stairs and be like, it's probably still going to play. Then every so often it would just get eaten up by a player or something, but that was usually the fault of the player.
oh, I had to do surgery on my tapes sometimes. They get all tangled up in the thing, and then I have to go with like the little mini like eyeglass screwdriver and like open it up and like, you know, rearrange it and put it back, because otherwise there was no other way you could listen to that shit. And I didn't have another $10 to pay for that tape.
Did you ever put it in like in a different cassette case? Like the case was cracked, so you get like your mom's Best of Oak Ridge Boys or something, and then transplant the actual tape into it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. I did that with VHS tapes too. Those were also, but those were gigantic. But I guess the portability and having a Walkman was really very convenient at the time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, not something I'm looking for. But it's also like, who has a cassette player? Who's going to play this cassette? It's got to be. They could probably ship all the cassettes with like no music on it, and it would be like years before anyone even discovered that they were blank cassettes.
Boy, I'm missing out on a racket here.
I know, right? You're like, oh, check out this collector's edition. It's limited. We're only making 1,000 copies, so you better get it. It's $25 for this cassette. No music on it. All right. Well, I don't know. It seems soon to be doing the next round of patrons. We could do the patrons partway through the song.
Yeah, why not?
Try something a little new.
Can do
Nobody
whatever
can tell
we
us
want.
what to do. This is our show, damn it.
Yeah, you
All
tell
right.
them, whoever
So,
they are.
Let me. I'm gonna find the weapon. Find the lyrics rather. Drop.
You're gonna find the weapon.
Find the weapon. I don't really have any weapons around here. I do have a baseball bat in my room just in case.
Ah.
And I have a sock around it. You ever do that? I put a sock on it, so it's like you go to hit somebody and they grab it, and then you pull it away, and they just have a sock, and then you can beat them with it. I showed that to my kids. I was like, "You want to know why I have a sock on this?" And I like pretended to hit them, and they grabbed it. I was like, "Ha ha! I can beat you now. I can beat you senseless."
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought of everything. Okay, let me send you the lyrics here. Drop that weapon.
Drop that weapon. You just keep like messing it up.
to drop a weapon. Now the big thing is, does Ian Gillan have anything in his wordography about drop the weapon? He's got a bunch from Whoosh, so he does have one from drop the. Oh, very brief. Written by Ari, Gillan, Glover, Morris, and Pace, from the 2020 album Whoosh. And he says, during my teenage years, I had a temporary bout of immortality, but then there were no guns or knives to test the illusion. All right. Well, let's get to it. Drop the weapon off of Whoosh.
All right.
So great. Really like the guitar tone. Very crunchy.
Yeah, a little sound a little bit like I don't know, very very upbeat 80s, almost Van Halen type of vibe to it.
Yeah. I like
think.
it. It's good. And the keyboards, dare I say, kind of almost reminded me of The Who. That whole thing.
Yeah.
Not a big knower of nor fan of The Who, but it's kind of the first thing I thought of when listening to it now. And I've listened to Whoosh, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I listened to it a lot when it first came out, but I don't think I went back to it as much as I did Equals One.
Right.
But yeah, a good start. Let's see what comes next.
Working up a sweat, stepping over lines, you know what happened next. More trouble than anyone can use. It's a predetermined thing. You lose your right to choose. No.
So everybody shouting, working up a sweat, stepping over lines. You know what happened next, not what happens. And it's not a typo. It's like he actually says that. Just, you know what happened next.
Well, yeah, he's telling a story that we assume we already know.
But
that's where it's coming from.
You know what happens next?
No, you know what happened next. It's like he's telling the story to you.
You know what happened next.
Yeah.
Happen.
No,
just HAPPEN, not ED.
Okay. All right, then I changed my whole thing.
You take it back?
Yeah.
But he very clearly says it that way. So he's got to have a reason why he went to that. Going to the next verse here, or next part of the verse.
Wait, turn it around. You got no more time, no time to calm yourself down. Once you press the button, man, it's coming to a head. And pretty soon, babe, you'll be a long time dead.
All right, no way to turn it around. You got no more time, no time to calm yourself down. Once you press the button, man, it's coming to a head. Pretty soon, babe, you'll be long time dead. So button. It makes me think like he's launching missiles, or like he's got his hand on is this a song about nuclear war? Although he said he didn't have any guns or knives, so I don't know if young Ian Gillan had a nuke. They're pretty new back then. What do you think he's talking about?
Well, looks like it could be. It sounds like a story about somebody that's, from the point of view is like somebody that's like into crime, or like seedy doings or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the second verse here, like, no way to turn it around. You press the button, it's coming to a head. Pretty soon you're a long time dead. Like maybe he's talking about like this is what happens if you get involved with the wrong people, or criminal activities.
Is it about a guy who can't control his temper?
Yeah, like somebody that's like, somebody that's like violent or into in a gang or something. I don't know.
because he says on the wordography that during my teenage years I had a temporary bout of immortality, but there were no guns or knives to test the illusion. So is he somebody that had a short fuse and was picking fights or starting fights with people, but
Maybe.
he was immortal because if he had done that in a place where everyone had a weapon, he'd be dead. And instead of just maybe being in a few fist fights. But it says,
Right.
once you press the button, it's coming to a head. Pretty soon, baby will be a long time dead. So he's, once you press his button, whatever that button is, he's gonna. It's game. I don't think of Gillen as being a really violent person, though.
No.
More of a lover than a fighter. But it could also. He says during my teenage years.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just thinking, maybe I was, like all of us, maybe I was a little bit of a prick when I was a teenager and I maybe did or should have gotten my ass kicked. But he's also a bigger guy too, so he probably wasn't going to have a lot of people messing with him necessarily. So yeah, interesting. All right, let's see where they go from here.
Little brother, I'm telling you now, your pride can take a hit. Little brother, take a deep breath, cool off, man. Forget about it. Oh.
So that would kind of that next part would lead me to believe that is what it is. Little brother, I'm telling you now. So I don't know if he only has a sister, I think, right? So I think she's younger. So I don't know who is he cooling somebody off? Is somebody cooling him off? Trying to convince him not to start a fight with whoever. The only fight story I could think of is that time when he was in episode 6, where was he in like Lebanon or something? And some guy like thought he was cheating on his wife with him and he like was going to kill him or something. And he talked his way out of it because he's so charming. Let's get into the chorus here.
Drop the weapon, kick it away. Drop your gun, look the other way. Drop the weapon, live another day. Drop your blade, listen to what I say. Who you?
So pretty simple chorus. I like the drop the weapon thing.
Yeah, see, I mean, I get that. Like that chorus is just like, lay down your gun, live another day. It's like a plea to anti-violence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean
that's what the song sounds like, because he sounds like he's trying to de-escalate whatever he's, his story is about.
Or is he a guy that I said was acting like a prick, and then all of a sudden a guy does have a weapon? He's like, oh, hey, what's with all the guns, man? Let's play it cool. He's all of a sudden he's like Eddie Murphy in the strip club in Beverly Hills Cop. Phil, what's with all these guns, man? You've changed. All of a sudden he wants to play peacekeeper when maybe he was provoking somebody to begin with. But it could be on a larger sense or a larger scale, just about nonviolence to solve your issues to begin with. But I like his voice sounds really good on this song because he's like,
yeah, it does.
Not that he sounds bad now, but it's like, wow, you can hear a big difference between this song and 6 years later.
Well, I mean, it's I feel like, especially at their age, you're gonna age rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
From 6 years ago to now, especially with, still, getting out there and singing live and everything like that. It's just like, he does sound a little more youthful in this, relatively speaking, than he does like now. Like at least in the first new song where my note is that he sounded kind of tired.
What, on Arrogant Boy?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's got like that old Gillen energy right here.
Yeah, and I think there's something about the range that the song is in so far too. He's not stretching it too much, and it's not like it's the most sing talky thing that Gillen has ever done. Like sometimes he does that real like Gillen rapping sort of thing, and he's not really doing that here. But it is, it's. I think it takes advantage of where his strengths are right now. All right, so let's go to this next little. Looks like a mini verse after this one.
Trying to impress, you're making a bid to be a big shot brother, but you're just a small kid. Now your reputation got a minor stain. It'll be washed away by tomorrow's rain. Little brother, I'm telling you now, your pride can take a hit. Little brother, take a deep breath, cool off, man. Forget about it. Drop the weapon.
I like the cool off, man. He does. He sounds like he's like from California. Hey, man, far out, cool off.
Very Gillen.
Yeah, you know? But I like it. Yeah, so it's just more. You're trying to be a big shot. Calm down. And it gets a little more metaphorical in this about being washed away by tomorrow's rain and such. But then it just goes into that same kind of pre-chorus again. But I like it. Cool off, man. I feel we got that's one for the we should have a clip of. Cool off, man. Then we go into the I can't remember if the solo comes before the little bridge here or after it, but we're gonna go into the chorus here.
Kick it away. Drop your gun the other way. Drop your weapon. Live another day. Drop your blade, listen while I say. No sound of silence, just streets of violence. We're in overload, wrong side of the road. Oh, San Francisco, where the hell did you go? We had enough of that peace and love.
So it's kind of interesting, we've, San Francisco, where the hell did you go? We've had enough of that peace and love. So maybe, I don't know. Is he trying to be more violent? It seems a little schizophrenic at this point.
No, I don't. I think the song is like anti-violence.
But he says we had enough of that peace and love. Is he trying to start some static?
Maybe he's switching perspectives.
Oh, maybe.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Right? Like maybe like this part here, like the bridge is like him being the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Because the music has changed a little bit, Because like before, it's like drop the weapon, kick it away. So it's like, all right, don't do that. It's just like, we've had enough of that peace and love. Maybe that's somebody responding to that.
It could be, and it begins with no sound of silence, just streets of violence. We're in overload, wrong side of the road. Like that reminds me of like a movie where like, hey man, you came into the wrong part of town, man. And he's like, come on, man, cool off, man.
Cool off, man.
It's just like 70s jive talking Gillen. Hey man. So did he go to the wrong? He's in the wrong side of the road. Did he walk into the wrong side of town? This only happens in movies.
If you think about it, you were talking about like, hey, cool off, man. Like he sounds like a hippie or something. It's like the peace and love era. San Francisco.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you go? Like, what was that song? In San Francisco was like I
left my heart in San Francisco.
No, it was like a hippie song. It's just like something San Francisco. It sounded like it was like really a hippie type of song. Something about San Francisco. I know there's probably like 12 of them, but But I don't know, maybe it was kind of in reference to that San Francisco, where did you go? Like, peace and love.
Like if you're going to San Francisco, wear a flower in your hair, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was it. Wear a flower in your hair.
Isn't what was the Ozzy had a thing about that where he's like, "Oh, I hear a song, man. It says if you go to San Francisco, wear a flower in your hair." I'm like, "What the fuck, man? I'm in Birmingham." Like he's like talking about like how crazy. Like, what do you mean wear a flower in your hair?
Fucking Ozzy.
It's the only thing I can think of. When I think of that song, I can't hear it without thinking of Ozzy just like talking about how growing up in the streets of Birmingham in this factory town, how he hears a song like that and just cannot relate at all. Not that they were Black Sabbath was a violent band by any means. They were peaceful guys, but it was just like a lifestyle that was so alien to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be something kind of along those lines, like where it does switch perspectives, and they're just like, no, I'm the guy you're on the wrong side of town, man. You shouldn't have come over here. And he's trying to, I don't know, we need a poetry person to explain this to us. But I guess you can
poetry. You mean a poet?
A poetry person.
You mean a poet?
Yeah. Well, if you want to get technical. All right. Well, it sounds like we're going into a great Steve solo. So let's take a listen. So wow, that's a great instrumental break.
That was.
The solo was awesome. I love that he's doing that kind of classic Deep Purple percussive thing on the organ in the background. And then he kept throwing in that one thing that's so familiar, and I know I'm going to be kicking myself, but that bum bum ba da bum. We kept doing that little theme on the organ, and it's like that's from something. I just can't think of it. And Don's so musically literate; he'll throw in things like that all the time in a really subtle way, where you hear it, you wait, what was that, and you can't quite put. And he does Gershwin. I think it's on this album on one of the songs too. He throws in a little Gershwin thing, like what's the big Gershwin song that everybody knows? Rhapsody in Blue.
Yeah.
He throws that in one of the songs too, like very briefly. So I know that's got to be from something, and somebody's going to tell me later. But yeah, great music. This album sounds great.
Yeah, I have to say it's really enjoyable. That solo section was definitely like outstanding. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, it was a regular solo section. Like I would listen to it again. It's like a highlight. It's like great. Like Steve sounded great, Don sounded good, and the recording too was like, it's like nice and it's clear. It's like the produced well, obviously. Ezrin. You hear Roger grooving in the background, like during the solo too. So I mean, it's just like there's a lot of good stuff in here. It's not just an average like, oh okay, it's just an album track. I mean, even if the song itself is, you could consider it like an album track, I guess. Solo section was pretty great.
It's funny because this afternoon, Ovis Nakvi just out of the blue sent me an audio file, and I played it, and it was that crazy robot solo from House of Blue Light. I think, is it Dead or Alive that's from?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like all clanky, and it sounds like an insane robot. So it's like comparing that with this is just like, there's a lot of John Lord purists out there that, are just echoing it's without John Lord, it's not really Deep Purple or whatever. But it's like, if you compare that solo to this, and far be it for me to say a bad word about John Lord, but that was not his finest moment. This is like great Hammond soloing, that whatever that was.
It was Lord's maybe his funniest moment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But I don't know if that's what he was going for. Ovis had a theory that he was just like, they told him they wanted to use more synths. So he's like, all right, you fuckers, I'll use more synths.
You want more synth? Here you go.
Here you go.
You son of a bee.
One of those things, he records it late at night when no one else is in the studio. And then they hear the final album like, wait, what? How did this slip through the cracks? Yeah, that's a great solo. We're going to be wrapping up the song a little. Should we do the patrons here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's thank our core level patrons at the $6.99 nice price tier. We have Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell,
Steve,
Arthur Smith,
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
and Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 almost evil tier, Kenny Wymore, Richie Sucksmith, and Sarah Jane.
Last dance with
Sarah Jane.
one more time to kill the pain.
At the 70 Norwegian Kroner tier, we have Kai Runa, Yes, I'm Norwegian Olsen. At the €5.50 tier, we have Merline Rota. At the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask.
Dancing I want it, dancing I want it, dancing I want it.
And at the $5 money lend. Oh, wait, we didn't do it. The 60 Kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, DJ Newt Morton Johansson. No, it happened again.
Wow.
I thought the update took care of that. Maybe I just need to restart the app more often. At the $5.99 nice price tier, we have Adrian Hernandez.
Hernandez error.
Hey, who the hell are you?
And Scallop Strap Matt. And at the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexi the Perfect Stranger Slepikoff, Kev Robert, Scott Zern, Cynthia Doobie, Raph Calf.
You guys ever have sex?
Coyote Bungwater, John Maselli, Jellybean.
Trying for quite a while to get a look at you.
Oh boy.
It's that one. Perfect for Pride Month. Jellybean, Evan Robeson, Purple Swede. Where are you, Purple Swede?
Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet.
Ralphie Lee.
And I'm not a rich man, and I'm not your friend, Rich, either.
Joe Dopefish Sigler. Thank you so much to all of you for your support of the show. All right, back to yours. So now we're through the solo section. I'm going to see what they get up to in the last bit of verse and chorus.
Drop your weapon, kick it away. Drop your gun, look the other way. Drop the weapon, live another day. Drop your blade, listen while I say. No sound of silence, just streets of violence. We're in overload, wrong side of the road. Oh, San Francisco, where the hell did you go? We have enough of that peace and love. Come and
Oh, I like that. Like at the very end when his voice kind of cracked a little bit, it kind of made me
Yeah.
think of like Jesus Christ Superstar.
That part always stands out to me because it's so real, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
most other, and we, for all I know, we talked about this 6 years ago when we reviewed the album, but it would be most producers would have said, let's do, it cracked a little bit at the end, let's do another take. But I just love how he has that little bit of the crack, and I can't tell, but it sounds like it might modulate up a step too, like do like a little bit of that key change up a step when they go back to we have enough piece of come and hold my hand, then we all stand, then we can all stand, and then that anyone out there. But I also noticed more on this last part of that bridge, I guess, the like background vocals, like very prominent, almost sounding like it could be a choir patch, but I think it was real background vocals.
Yeah, I mean it sounded really full. I mean Gillan sounds great on this. I feel like we said that back then too, you know, because when that was the newest Deep Purple album coming out, when we were basically starting the show, and we're just like, damn, he's still like, you know, he still sounded like he did like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, you know, that's always good, always encouraging to hear that. But and to hear back and be like, oh wow, he sounds like just as good or even better than we remember at this point, you know, like, but I mean that, and I mean just I don't know, the song ended off with like just a really good like vibe to it. You know what I mean? It was like it was ramping up. It had a good energy, you know?
It's a very interesting arrangement too. It's like where this song starts with that, it's like this really like, it's not like super heavy, but you know, just like a rockin' riff. Like if you played the very beginning of the song and then the very end, you'd be like, that is not what I expected. I did not expect it to go out on kind of this ringing out of the music, almost a cappella ending. It's very kind of all over the place. It's not like a Dream Theater arrangement. You know what I mean? It's not like crazy like that, but it's just an atypical sort of arrangement. And I like how that instrumental section had the guitar solo and the keyboard solo, which you'd expect, but then it also kind of left for some extended Ian Pace drum fills at the end. So really, Roger was the only one that didn't get a chance to. He should have thrown in a Pictures of Home style. Should have thrown something in there.
Just like an odd bass solo.
Or is it was like Fireball? Should have pulled one of those out. It was like really fussed out.
He's like, I'm over that.
No, but I like it. It's a really good song, and it makes me want to. It takes me back to that summer. I think we've all blocked out a lot from that summer. It was the first summer of COVID. The album was delayed because of COVID, and I just remember driving around with the kids and like listening to this album and just being like, shit, what are we gonna do today? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do that's outside? You know, we were like, our pool was doing a thing where you had to like reserve a time and we all be in different lanes. You know, we didn't know yet like what was really happening. That, you know, it was just so much was up in the air, and it was kind of scary and just kind of trying to make things work. So I remember us just like whole family going and staying in our own little lane of the pool. It's just, you know, it's like 90 degrees out. What are we wanting to do? Well, there's not much we can do.
Yeah.
But this album was I think I need to listen to it in a new light and experience it not during a horrible pandemic.
Yeah. Maybe now is the right time to be re-listening.
It's the summer to reclaim Whoosh.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we could reclaim Whoosh, but we also have to embrace Splat. It's not like a couple of weirdos over here.
Two comic book noises that need to be embraced.
Yeah, I know their album titles are starting to sound like those Batman title cards. No. bow, bow, whoosh, splat.
Some of them were like crazy, like Zarf or something. Like they'd throw them in there.
Zorf.
No, Zarf. Zorf wouldn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, because Zarf makes a lot of sense.
Of course. It's just natural. I like reclaim whoosh and embrace splat. Sounds.
There you go. That could be our breezy summer motto.
Yes. Welcome to the Deep Purple podcast, where we reclaim whoosh and embrace splat.
Thank you. Deep thoughts.
Thank you. All right. So should we? I feel like we just did patrons. Well, maybe we should do the playlist first. We'll do patrons after that.
Yeah.
So where is the playlist here? Okay, so we got our playlist open, and if we go over, maybe we should do this at the beginning. I don't know, but if we go over to Whoosh and find "Drop the Weapon," this is the second track on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us have this on our automatically generated list. You have from Whoosh, "No Need to Shout" and "The Long Way Round." I have "The Power of the Moon" and "Man Alive." So that means we have to decide, is this going to replace for you "No Need to Shout" or "The Long Way Round"?
I will keep "No Need to Shout" and replace "The Long Way Around."
All right.
Because I do remember "No Need to Shout." I know that they played it.
Yeah.
During.
No.
Yeah, and I like that one. I think it's pretty good. So I'll let's drop the weapon in there.
I like "Drop the Weapon" a lot too, so I'm gonna put "Drop the Weapon" in, and I'm gonna take out "Man Alive."
Man Alive. There are Men Alive in here.
My cousin Jeff always used to say that. Man Alive. So Man Alive, yeah. We didn't do any replacements last week, and we both selected "Drop the Weapon" this week.
I'm gonna be a little daring this week.
Yeah, a little cheeky. Nice cheeky move from John there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my other song is "The Power of the Moon," and I really like that one. It's very it's kind of spooky. It's a little bit of a spooky song, and I don't want to replace that one. And Man Alive is good. It just wasn't my favorite from the album.
Yeah, not your jam.
All right. That means we're 7.69% of the way through the Whoosh album now.
Okay.
For anyone keeping track at home. All right. So pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. If you go to the playlist tab there, and I've been copy and pasting these every episode and putting them in the episode show notes so you can see the changes. And I'm highlighting the yellow ones as the ones that we're adding to our playlists. So, and if all of these albums were available on Spotify, we could keep a live playlist going, but there's a few missing, right? Or are they still missing? Isn't like Abandon still missing from? I'll have to look. If they aren't missing, I guess we can maintain our own playlists.
Sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know what is and isn't missing these days.
All right,
from
we'll have to find
Spotify.
out.
Yeah,
there was an LP, a picture disc of Bananas on Discogs the other day for a little under $300. So,
what a bargain!
It is a bargain. The vinyl is so expensive that people are also starting to charge outrageous prices for the CD. They're like, it's a sealed CD of Bananas, $123. Like, I don't think those were that rare.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't get it.
Well, there's probably 500 copies of the Bananas album in the entire world. That's probably why. All right. So let's close out thanking our wonderful patrons. And of course, that is our foundation level patrons coming in at the £3.50 Deep Purple New York tier. We have Lord Longford. At the £3 Aromatic Feed tier, Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore tights.
at the €2.50 Too Many Tears tier, we have Soldier of Fortune. At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, Stephen Sharp. And at the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardeau.
Pete who? Oh, Pete, yeah. Oh, Pete, yeah. Pete, thanks a lot. I'm going to have a sip on you.
Pops was skipping. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us who he is?
Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonson. Corey Morissette. Ashley. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, Jesus Christ Superstar and Rosedale Tom. At the 19.31 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made up name tier, we have the Drop the Gravestone, Leaky Mausoleum, Steven Somerville, the Concerto 1999 fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashton Lionels, Whopper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco pants and haircuts. Yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
And Sick Tone.
Where is she? Where is she?
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. That's it. The breezes, I can feel the breezes blowing back in, John. It's blowing us off to our next summer destination, wherever that may be. Where's it going to be for you?
You sure that isn't somebody breaking wind or?
It's in this house? Very possible. There's usually someone breaking wind.
Where's that next destination? I don't know yet. Maybe somewhere cheeky.
Somewhere cheeky.
Yeah.
This is kind of the opposite of last summer where it was so hot and sweaty and like we didn't even want to eat outside. Now we want to eat outside and it's actually a little too cool. So I think martinis on the patio and dinner is in order. Something on the grill, some martinis.
Martinis on the grill?
Martinis on the grill with the extra cheap Costco gin, London dry gin from Costco.
Yeah, why not?
Fantastic.
Yeah, not I don't know, not today. Let's see. What's our temperature going into this evening here? No, we're at about a 62, so it's
wasn't it like in the 40s there yesterday?
Yeah, it was bizarre. We're all just like, all right, like a friggin' meteor, like almost hit.
Was that yesterday that the meteor happened, or was it 2 days
yesterday
ago?
or the day before? It was like a meteor hit Boston. It's 40 degrees. It's almost June. Like, what the fuck is going on?
The meteor. Well, I guess enough time has passed that people won't be too concerned, but the meteor didn't hit Boston. It makes it sound like, oh, remember Boston? It was pretty nice, but.
Well, the funny thing is that a lot of people were just like, oh, I heard my house shake. And I saw these like, I felt my house shake, or like I heard a big boom, or like, and then there were some people in these groups and they're just like, yeah, I'm in Lincoln. And I'm like, I was in fucking Lincoln. I didn't hear or feel anything.
My parents said they heard a boom. They were outside though.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm generally oblivious to everything, so.
Somebody comes and nukes Boston and John's like, doop, 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 doop.
And that would be me while in Boston. Hey, where is everybody?
While in Boston. Just a smoking crater.
I'm the last man alive.
You're like the typewriter from Sesame Street. All right, folks.
All right.
It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, just did a Graham Bonnet. I'm like, all right.
All right. I wish I could be as I don't know what, like energetic as he is when he's doing that. He's like, he puts everything into that laugh. Like it's just, he's so
Happy.
thrilled about the song Making Love.
He's so happy.
Or he thinks it's cheeky. I don't know.
Cheeky,
All right,
that's
folks.
going to be our word of the summer. Cheeky. Have
It's
a
going to be
cheeky day.
our cheeky summer format.
Went from breezy to cheeky.
Yeah,
Well,
our
have a
cheeky
cheeky day, everyone.
Yeah, have a cheeky day, and we will be back at you next week with another episode of the Deep Purple Podcast.
If you like the Deep Purple Podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.